is good, y'all? Welcome the fuck in. It's me, Danno, the motherfucking artist, back with the uh day. Final day, not of the year, rather of my little mini stream series, the 12 Days of Danno. It's been fun. It's been fun. Mm-mm-mm. Eating a late night second supper, you know what the fuck it is. Danno the waveform maker. Damn strizate. Thank you for tuning in. Nice to see you, Noe. Bless up. This is gonna be interesting because I haven't done a music stream in a very long time. I'm also gonna start recording because I think this will be fun. Welcome one. Welcome all. Did you grab your winter lodge? I damn straight did. It's actually a part of the reason why this stream ended up being so late. That and because I was visiting with Stephanie and Jared and Emily, because Emily's in town. I would have started this stream a lot sooner, but alas, you know, we try to have some social oh my god, festivities. Did I have fun? Yeah, I mean, I played a game. I don't like card games or board games or any of that, but I did it because I was there. And I actually had fun. It was an interesting one. It was quick, and then I was like, okay, I gotta bounce. So it was good. It was good. But anyway, today what we're getting into is we're gonna make some music. Um, as you guys know, I've been grinding away in the lab. The lab being right here. For the last for the last couple months. That's fine. Just working away at music, and it's been really rewarding. I might even put the hair up at some point. Yeah, that's how you know I'm getting serious. But yeah, I've been slaving away. I don't know if I'd go that far. I've been working my ass off, uh, trying to make some tasty jams, and I'm, I think I'm there. I think I'm there, fellas. I think I'm him. And today, I'm very excited. It took me a while to figure it out, but you know, after googling and googling about, I found the way to stream Ableton to you guys over on Streamland. And I'm just kind of setting it up right now, but it should be ready in about 2 seconds. I like some board games, card games, but I'm iffy with them. I don't know, I just find that I suck, and you have to listen to somebody explain the rules, and I'm not good at listening when it comes to shutting the fuck up and sitting quietly for like a minute. Um, and then, yeah, I have to learn. And so it was kind of funny because I kind of crashed out a little bit because they were like, I don't know, just it's not complicated. It's not a complicated game at all, but I didn't listen. And so then they were like, why are you doing this wrong? And I'm like, fellas, I'm not all there, all right? Anyway, ladies and gents, we have Ableton open. Same. Some board game and card games have too many rules. Honestly, this one was pretty easy. I'll admit, it was on me. It was all on me. But by the end of it, I had fun. I understood it. You have like 3 chances to get it right. So it by the second time, I was like, okay, I think I understand it. Third time, I was like, I understand it, but we're just not good. If we played another round, I think I would have been like, okay, let's go again. But I wanted to start this stream. Speaking of, hey, here we are. We're going to do a test. I have this opened up. And what I'm going to do is we're going to open up MIDI. And we're going to open up a sound. Let's open up a drum kit. And now you guys can't hear that because for some reason, when it plays through this like listener thing that my mouse is hovering over, it just doesn't play on your end, which is fine. That's fine. So I get to hear it. Matter of fact, I'm gonna have to turn it up on my end because I can't hear it all the way. Play again. Do that again. You guys can't hear shit. Sure, let's go with this one. All right. Oh yeah, you hear that shit. DANNO Funk Live. Yeah, wait. That's fucking loud. I'm sorry. Hold on. Drums have been heard, yes. DJ booth emote. Hold on. I can add that. Give me 1 second. Let me. I used to have Cat Jam and I don't know where it is anymore, so I'm just gonna search up. Suavemente, right? I'm definitely Suavemente. GIF. You know the one. You know, yeah. There we go. Hold on. Yeah, we gotta have this one. Though I like the one of yeah, and 64 Ganondorf. Dorth? I just called him Dorth. Holy crap, kill me. Suavemente Ganondorf. We'll have him. We're not even making music at this point, dude. I do like this one. I don't like that. Oh, it doesn't have a white background. Oh, because it's a Reddit one. That's why. Ganondorf shrinks in size. He is a little baby boy. I'm just going to put this on desktop. I'm becoming a desktop whore, and I'm just plugging stuff on desktop. It just makes it so much easier. Where are you, Suavemente? Oh, yeah, I also have the Skellies dancing. That's also a funny one. There he is. Can I just drop this in? I think I should be able to. Yeah, there he is. We'll put him right here in the corner. Where do you learn your music making skills? As someone who has a friend actually in college for music producing, just curious. I listen to a lot of music. I listen to a lot of music and I practice a lot, and my family is quite musical. Like my mom was in like a Latin band when I was born, before I was born. And she was just a singer her whole life. My grandpa had a steel pan like band like from Trinidad. So that was cool. My adopted father played guitar, and so like literally like every part of my family music was everywhere. And for me, I listened to just a lot of fucking music as a kid. So yeah, it's kind of just that's it. I mean, I've it's similar to art, right? You just pull a lot of inspiration, you just kind of you work your way through it. If I had the ability to, I would show you guys all the fucking horrible shit I've made. God, but I can't. Because thank God, because Pro Tools doesn't work that well. Yes, 100% self-taught. I learned piano. I took 2 years of piano, that's all. That's it. Other than that, I was in band class, and that honestly was not my environment to learn music at all, and did not help. And to this day, I still can't read sheet music. I do like the idea of doing a funk beat. Hold up. Let's find our pace here. Sorry. Okay, that's good. I mean, that's like really fast. I think I want to slow down a little bit. I'm good with that. Y'all with me here? Let's lock the fuck in. So we're gonna make a loop. My only thing is I don't know why all of the screen looks really tiny. But no matter, it won't stop me. We'll make the length about 4. Hit the record button. And then we're gonna quantize it all. We'll just go like 1/16. I actually really like this. You see right here, this accidental press. That boom boom. I like that a lot. And that was completely by accident. We're gonna put that right there. Yeah, easy. We're gonna add a little bit of sauce to this bitch. But of course, like I'm thinking. Hear me out, gamers. Hear me out. So, in my favorites collection, I've added some stuff. One of my favorite things is a saturator. And the cool thing about Ableton and these like drum kits that are built in, you can do them based off of like all these different sounds and shit, right? So, let's say I'm using this golden kick, and I want it to sound different, but it's in the same drum machine, and I don't want to affect everything. Well, all I do is just put this saturator right onto that golden kick, and now this golden kick has a saturator, and it doesn't affect any of the other stuff. And what I like about it is then I can go. So this is with it, and without. With. Now, I don't know if I would put a saturator on the snare per se, but I like experimenting. So we'll do that anyway. Okay, that's simple enough. Now, what'll be kind of fun is figuring out what we want to do for like the rest of the song, because obviously this is fine, but we gotta add something to make it like a jam, you know. So let's go with yo, if we want to go real crazy, hold up. Yo, check this shit. Check this shit. Where's my 7-Up at? Dude, and it's so fitting. Samba to a house genre switch up. You know what the fuck it is. It's, we got the 7-Up Tropical. We're getting a tropical vibe in this bitch. Ooh, woo. What's up, Zium? Nice to see you again. So that's it. And just like that, we're already getting started. And that's the thing. Sample the 7-Up can open. That's what I thought you were going to do. No, I already opened it, but I actually was thinking about sampling a can opening. We can find that. We can find that and we can add it in. Actually a horrible noise, but I fuck with it. I I think I'm gonna go to 8 just in case, and we'll go now. So, and I think it's if you press them, like basically, it has a glide. So when you go from one note to the other, what's poppin'? We're making music, baby. But if you go, if you press them aligned with each other at any point, there's any overlap, that's how you get the glide. And that's kind of what causes it to not have that pew pew pew. Yeah. Biscuit? Hey, dude. Hi. Did you guys hear that, or is he too quiet? Bisky! Say hello, Bisky Poo. Meow. Bisk. Say hi. Bisky? I love you. Oh, he's so cute. The Bisk. Okay. I also want to turn down all the velocity. Not all the way. And then you have to do it one by one. We're going to quantize it. I'm like not entirely sure yet. Why did it do that? I quantized it over. That's why. That's fine. We just do some micro adjustments. And honestly, the way to kind of combat any of the, you know, staccato notes, just stretch everything out a little. Now, I don't know if that's actually the sound I want, but I like it just for the vibe itself. I think it fits, right? So we'll select everything again. We're still going to turn it down a little bit. All right. Next up, a bass line. So that's the thing. I'm gonna turn off the beat for a sec. Ah, fuck it. Let's try it. This is gonna sound like shit, and I kind of fuck with how shitty it's gonna sound. Let's from the top. And I might even take this one note lower. Yeah, that's better. Now, we have to remember the kick is also here, and it's around the same frequency as our bass. So our bass is hella low. But then our kick is also low. Even though it's more of a, it still is low. So what we'll do is we'll go to our main, and I always just put an EQ, and this kind of just gives you any of the information that you need. Let's go to favorites, and we're gonna go to EQ8. That's just the one that I choose. And now from here, right? Can I go to that? Is there a way to like? Can I tilde this? No. I was wanting to see if I could full screen it. No, but that's okay. So you guys can see it right here. You see the waveform? You see when the kick happens? How there's all that right here? Yeah, right there. I know it's super loud. Hold on. I'll maybe turn it down on my end, just so that you don't hear it coming from blaring from my mic. A little. Back to this. So now, if that's our kick, right? It's around this, like you see 100 right there. So it's like a little under 100. Then our bass line is also at right here. So it rides right around that same area, which means they're fighting. They're fighting for that space of volume. Which I mean, like that's all well and good, but yeah, no, that's a bit much. So we're going to turn them both down. Obviously I can turn off the metronome as well. And by turning them both down by quite a bit, like, I think this is set to, I don't even know. There should be a way for me to read it, but is it over here maybe? Yeah, I think it's right here. Boop, boop, and boop. -8 and -10. And they're still hella loud. Anyway, they're both loud as fuck. That's okay. Also means I can actually turn up my volume a little bit more. This is so stupid. Now, I think we need more percussion. That is so fucking ugly. If we're gonna add more percussion, though, I think we need some, like... Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute, chat. Let me cook. What is this? This is literally just like what I wanted, but like slightly better. Can I actually put this instead on the beat that or the drum kit that I had? So, hold on. Turn this one off. New on. And instead change this kick to the one that we bass boosted on the other one, which was Golden Era 50. I think that doo 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 is definitely going to be for later in the song. For now, we'll throw that not away, but we'll keep it for, later. This sounds so. This actually sounds so good. I'm trying to think of what do I want to add to this, because that's something that I always like. I stress is, if you don't have something to add or you don't have an idea, you don't have to just like conjure one up. Sometimes, and I find for me, the best instrumentals that I've ever done, it was just like I enter a flow state and it's just one idea after another. I think what we need is a vocal sample. I think that's what we need. So this is my little pride and joy here, gamers. All right. I created what I call the vault. And basically, it's where my EPs lie. It's where any music projects go to die. But it's also where my sample station is. And my sample station is full of beat breaks, dummy drums, ear candy, MIDI sound fonts, purchased kits and presets, risers, sample songs, track snacks, vocal snippets, and voice recordings. Voice recordings, I think, are just usually like stuff that I've done from my voice recorder on my phone. So let's go to vocal snippets, and we have a lot to pull from. My friend is working on a project. I have some vocal snippets from her. Probably not going to add that to this. I just don't think it would fit. However, we do have something that I've been thinking about for a long time, and it's this sample here from this game called Arcade Smash TV.
Big money!
Listen, even if that's where the beat drops and he just says big money, like that's perfect, right? Tell me that ain't perfect. He also has another one that says big prizes.
Big prizes!
Yeah. And then there's a couple of ones. Was there not one that said move it?
No way!
That's pretty sick. I remember playing that on Xbox 360. Yeah. See, you know. I don't even know what it is. I think I saw it in a video. And I think like, because it's an Xbox Live Arcade game, right? That's baller.
Go!
Oh, okay. See, this is how it happens, chat. This is how it happens. We're gonna throw 3 of these on here. I am curious about bingo too, so we'll put that on there. Big money, big prizes, bingo, and go. And now you're seeing how this happens, right?
Go!
So what we'll do is we're gonna take. I'm wondering if I can even do that. Warp. This guy. Go right here.
Go! Go!
How do I make it grow? So this is where on a track we would have the vocal snippets and plop it right here. And I'm thinking like once the beat kind of starts going. Holy shit, dude, chill. Why we use this fucking thing?
Go!
Go.
Go! Go!
It has to be even faster. I don't know if that's right.
Go! Go!
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? You get what I'm putting down.
Go! 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 Go!
Ah, this is ridiculous, bro.
Bingo!
Oh my god. Are we calling this track Bingo? Is that what we're doing now? Hey, what bro making? What's up? What's up, dude? Nice to see you in chat. How did you know I was in the crib making music, dude? Did your ears perk up? Bingo! um let's go. Bingo. I think right there. Fuck it. Bingo, go, go.
Go! 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 Bingo!
Okay, we're gonna we're gonna fix this. Hold on. Right here.
Bingo!
Bingo. This is what I love. We go bing. Go. I don't know where it's gonna. We'll put it right here instead. Yeah, we'll put it right there.
Bingo!
Bing.
Bingo!
I might need to put it right here actually.
Bingo! Bingo!
So
Bingo!
right here, there's like a weird break in it. This is why I love this program. We get a little silly and we delete empty space. It might end up making a weird like clipping thing, but I don't know. We fuck around with it till it sounds right.
Bingo! 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 Bingo!
That's fine. So in the midst of everything else, I felt a tickle on my pickle and just knew. That's how it happens. That's how it starts, right? Starts with the tickle on the pickle, and you end up in a DANNO stream. It's beautiful, really. It's beautiful.
Go! 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 Bingo!
That's stupid, man. That's fucking dumb. I like it a lot.
Go! Go!
Now, I also have to turn this down because it is quite loud in the mix.
Go! 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 Bingo!
Dude, this is the bingo song. This is a Brazilian bingo. Bingo funk. And it's so funny because this literally sparked from, what was it? It was Iced Coffee. Iced Coffee literally dropped in chat and said, he said, DANNO Funk live. And that sparked this shit. Can we get an applause for, can we get a yippee? Matter of fact, can we get a taco? Oh, you guys can't even hear it. Either that or it's going to play super late. But I did hit the soundboard and it ain't doing shit, so awkward.
Go! Go!
Now, this is obviously once the beat drops. Radio Brain in chat knows just as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Can you give the applause? You know, I'll make an idea and it's like, okay, well this idea is dope, but obviously you don't just start a song like
Go! 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 Go!
bingo. You gotta ease your way into it. You gotta lube it up a little. Lube up the ears. I wonder if it would make the most sense to start with like a vocal snippet, which I know we were just looking at. But since we're already going with the idea of like a game,
Contestant 1!
what's Let's Go sound like? No.
Yeah! You'll need it! 10 seconds!
Oh, that'd be really cool for the end of the song, when there's like 10 seconds left. Me when there's 10 seconds left. Once again, we'll just swap over and drop that 10 seconds clip into our little rack here. And I love it. We have all of our voice snippets right here that we can just choose from. 10 seconds. Go, go, go. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, right.
Go.
Yeah, I'm a big silly dumb idiot.
Go. Go.
We're gonna loop that. So, I'm just thinking. What was this awful sound that we started with? Oh, it's fucking turned off completely. You know, and it's funny because it's annoying when it loops, you know, a million times. But when it comes in when everything else is going crazy.
Go. Go.
Wait.
Go. 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 Go.
Bingo!
Go. 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 Go.
Bingo!
This shit ain't never seen the light of day, fellas. I ain't gonna lie. But it's really fun. At the very least, it'd be really good for like a video or something, right? I think the bass line though can start the song off. But I almost feel like then what we're gonna need is we're gonna go back. We're actually gonna make a duplicate of this one track, that the first one that we made, but instead we're gonna take away the kick. Now, here's the kicker. I actually don't even have to do that. I can actually just press, once everything is highlighted, by pressing this little key right here. It chooses all of them. I can just press 0, and they're still there. They're just not playing. They're basically muted. That way, if I ever go back and I'm like, actually, you know, I want this kick on this every other beat or something, then it's not gone. And it's basically, it's similar to how you would use in art a clipping mask. You would use that instead of actually like erasing stuff, or not a clipping mask, a mask. And then it's basically non-destructive editing. And this also means that we can do the same thing with this other loop that I basically just ripped. See how that starts off better? This also means that, and obviously, you know, we got to take time to get to the bingo part. The bingo has to be like a surprise. For you guys, it's not, because y'all are here. But to everybody else, yeah, it's a surprise. Oh, that was weird. So we're actually gonna extend this timeline. Grab all of this right here. We're just gonna move it like all the way over here. We'll get to that 2-minute mark eventually. And before that drum even comes in, let's try this. And what this tells me now is that there's other stuff in this drum kit that I want to like alter. Because to me, if I'm hearing this drum kit play, it's this closed hat. I want this to have, it needs some sauce. It's all coming together. Damn straight. I don't really know what impulse does, but I'm seeing it and I want to add it. So let's just add it to it and see what happens. I don't think this is what we want. Let's see. Impulse, let's stretch. Press this. That's not what we want. Sometimes I like just grabbing a random effect and seeing what happens. Oh, because I'm on instruments, dummy. We need audio effects. Maybe. What we might do is a I you know what? Just because we're experimenting here, right? We're having fun, right, guys? We're gonna put it on the hi-hat doubler. Because it only happens right around here. No, that's not what we want. I mean, I can obviously change the thing, but I know that's not what I want. Shifter. Let's go with my old favorite, OTT. But we'll do an OTT filter to start with. What the fuck happened? I'm gonna command Z like everything, because one of the effects that I put on seems to have like completely canceled out the hi-hat doubler. You can't even hear it. Was it Impulse that did that? It was, I think it was. Oh, it switched it from hi-hat, another hi-hat closed to a high. Oh, that's so strange. It's because I put in the other thing, that's why. Okay, that's fine. Not the filter. We're gonna go with OTT itself right on top of this bitch. See how that changes the sound completely? Kind of makes me want to have that playing more in the beat, but that's okay. Big money! I think that's where big money belongs, right here. Oops. Here, I think. Right? No, up the other one. It actually doesn't matter where, as long as it's on an audio one. We'll put it right here for now.
Big money!
I like how ridiculously just like off time it is too. It's right there. Big money.
Big money!
We're gonna put some effects on that voice. It's fucking loud as shit too.
Big money!
And you know what? While we're at it, fuck it. Warp this bitch.
Big, big, big money! Big money!
Cha-ching.
Big money!
We're gonna put some delay on this. That should be in my favorites.
Big
I'll go ping pong.
Big money. Big money.
Fade.
Big money.
Lower.
Big money.
That's cooler.
Big money. Big money.
I almost feel like the bass has to drop even harder at this point. So maybe I'll up the level of the beat now. Up to like -6. All right, now we're coming up with other ideas. You see how this shit works? Cabane, are you saying I should add a cha-ching? Should I add a cha-ching, like a cha-ching? We're gonna find a instrument. Let's go to my instruments. I'm going to go to plugins. Where's the plugin thing? Hehe, yes, okay. I think, so there's a couple things that I want to do. First off, we're gonna go to my favorite place, though I was also saying it because big money. Well, we're still gonna find a cha-ching noise, or I guess sound effect, sorry. That's perfect. Big money bingo. We'll call this one BBL, and it'll stand for Brazilian Bingo Luck. Let's go to... So what I usually do, I have an app called... Or I don't have an app called, but I have a software called ClipGrab. It's right here. And with ClipGrab, all I got to do is... Yes, there are different websites you can do this, but this has minimum ads. I don't think it has any, to be honest. You download this... Pretty free software. We go to MP3, we grab the clip, and then we save it wherever we need to. I have all my fun green screens here. We'll instead go back to my sample station, which I love so dearly. And we're probably just going to put this in with, like, I don't know. I don't know if I'd put it with ear candy. Probably track snacks. Because this is all just kind of like random shit. Yeah, so we're just going to put it here. We're also going to find Wild Gunman sound effect. And if we can't find it here, which we probably won't, we're gonna pull up Wild Gunman sound effects. And this should bring up, there's two things. There's KH Insider, which I use for video stuff, and there's also the Sound Resource. Sound Resource is good, but sometimes, like, it's all dependent on what people post, which means that sometimes you get... Oh, and this time they actually put what they are. This is the sound I was looking for. So we're going to download this whole thing. We're lucky that it actually says what they are. It doesn't really matter in this case because it's so whatever. But when you have a whole entire OST that you're trying to download for like sample shit, and it's all just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, it's the worst. Because you're basically going in completely blind. Like any Pokemon shit that you can find online usually is not... It's not what the sounds are. It's just, hey, this is sound code 001 002 00 whatever, and it's a nightmare because I'm like, I'm trying to find the Pokemon Emerald healing noise, and you just have to go in until you find it. Sample station. This one I'll put under ear candy because that's where I put any like video game sounds or OST shit. I usually put in here. And NES Wild Gunman was just in my head recently, so we're throwing that in there. Otherwise, if we wanted the OST, it's here. fun. Anyway, that's not what we're doing right now. We got our samples. Open the target folder. Close this up. And let's throw the cash register sound in here. Tab. Oh, whatever, we'll just put it. Cha-ching. And I think I want the same delay effect, but on this for now. Did that even work? No, it didn't. Oh, back. Copy. Paste. Oh, shit. I could destroy my computer. Haha. Let me hear how it sounds. We haven't done much. We went and got some samples. Speaking of samples, I'm going to actually go back to Sample Station real quick. And I'm going to open up the new one that we just picked up from Wild Gunman. Is it under NES, maybe? I literally just downloaded it. I could check. Nintendo Switch. Pokemon. Wii Remote. Of course, it's not unzipped yet. That's why. It's not in a folder, so we will extract it to its own folder. Boom. Now I should be able to delete that one. Yes. Dipped for a bit. Let me hear how it sounds. Okay, yes. Give me 1 sec. I just want to add this Wild Gunman sound, and then we'll be outie. Why the fuck can't I find it, actually? Because I was looking too low. Okay, we're good. I think it was 14. Yeah, that's the one. Right here. It's actually just a little too late. I feel like Suavemente Ganondorf on the side here is really fitting. Whoa, 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 whoa. I just realized that this is the wrong kick still. The cha-ching going across audio channels is a nice touch. Yeah, that's that delay, baby. That's that ping pong delay. But I specifically did it so that it's a higher frequency, and then I drew it back. So like the Big Money kind of does the same thing actually, but it's very quick. So like you kind of don't get the same effect. But with the cha-ching, who needs to be a big shot when you can get big money, big prizes? Speaking of, we should get the big prizes ready. And right about, I think what I can do is just basically take from this, copy, and then right around here, we just go paste. And it puts it exactly where we need it to be. Something I like to do is I get the buildup going, and we just go back down. Back down to planet Earth just for a minute, and then we can, like, rise into it, you know? Make the Big Money section of the song the alert for when you get a super chat. True! I should be doing that. Yeah. Big Money! I could even make a... Yeah. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have one that's just this. And we're also going to change it so that... because I think I can zoom all the way out. And we'll make it so that this is the entire loop right here. Just this section. And then loop. And now when I go to loop it, it just loops that. Instead of the one half that's quieter. Like that. Instead now it's just this the entire time. The only thing is that this a little bit more forward, so it's actually we also need a riser. Now this is fun because there's like so many different ways you can go about a riser. Obviously I could literally just type in riser. And if I go to all, there's like different ones. And I know you guys can't hear it on your end, but trust, they're pretty cool. Okay, I like this one. Oh, cancel. We need this on its own audio source. So I'll probably just... Yes, and you can conform it to the beat. So we're going to change it. If we're on 100 BPM and it's set to 91, then we got to go to 100 BPM. It truly is as shrimple as that, chat. It's actually so funny how offbeat it is, but it's because we need to place it at the right place. Kind of. Now that's fucking excessive, but you get the idea. We're gonna put it right here, tone it down a little bit. Also, still turn it down. Got. Thank you. At that point, I think it's time to go big money mode. Now what's cool is I do like this do 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 do, but it's fucking distracting, and it doesn't sound very good if I'm being honest. Even though I think it could, if I fit it sonically. But I think honestly, if we just instead plug this with a different MIDI source, we can probably make something that sounds really like even a fucking flute will do. So I'm going to go to my plugins, because now we get to go... I mean, I could even just play around with instruments and just go with something like a lead, just to start with. Turn off riser in the search. And, I don't know, let's... God, there's a lot of leads, actually. What's in drift? Fuck it. We're already using these bit crushed things. Let's listen to this. Nope. It's not horrible. Okay, I don't actually hate that entirely. I think it's just awkward is the thing. So oh. I don't even remember the fucking notes. I'm gonna keep it at 100 stacks with y'all. I think I got it. I like this way more. Let's try it out, bitches. Kind of cool. I didn't mean to do that on this last part. That was completely an accident, fellers. But we're actually going to make this 8. And I'm going to move these last 2 bars over at the end, because I think it's kind of a nice way to go. Having it ascend was cool. I felt that. Sounds like a Sunshine UI sound. It is! Anyway. I love music! We're going to, even if the riser is 100 BPM, it felt a smidge fast, yeah. So this is something that I really like, is we can basically edit this more as long as I don't play on those other notes. So honestly, since this note or this phrase is literally the exact same, I'm just going to copy and paste that. Let's do it. I applied too hard on the last three notes, but that's fine. We're going to quantize this again to the grid. Specifically, this note needs to go down a little bit. I clicked snap to grid and didn't seem to do anything, so I'll just do it again. Yeah, absolutely. This note is still too high. This one's at 113. Also at 113, 113. Down. 111. Turn that up to 113. Okay, 113, 113, 113. Mario at the hotel casino type beat for real. That's cool. And you know what? We're going to do another phrase of it, just because I'm feeling it. This time it'll be... Chat, we may have saved this one. Hey, that's the musician's process, dude. All right. Big money. Oh, wait. We can have a before and after chat. Before and after. Ready? This is how it sounded before. Which is almost like, it's almost more like, I don't know, like a French dance. And it's like, no, no, no. We need more of the rhythm. Give me the fucking rhythm. I already have an idea. We're gonna go to our plugins, and we're gonna go to my favorite, my baby doll. You know what the fuck it is. We're gonna pull up Serum. Plug it straight into MIDI one, just for shits and fuckles. Theoretically, what color album would this silly song go on? Ooh, that's a good question. At the moment, I've been thinking, like, I would like to do Red to be, like, more, like, to one of two things. Actually, one of three things. R&B, acoustic, so more like live instrumentation or like live instrument samples, or like worldly music. And so like because you know I'm you know mixed, so I have like a lot of different influences that I'd like to pull from, but it's a different line, you know. Like I know a lot more hip hop beats and electronic, like that's just where my head is all the time. So to like make something like that's why the Red one's been so hard for me to create, because and hard for me to nail down like what's the sound, because I have those three things in mind for the color, but I don't necessarily know if like I have the chutzpah to really do it. What the fuck is this? Oh my god, that is killing my computer though. Oh, my poor computer. This is the most beautiful fucking synth patch I've ever heard in my life. Oh, stop it. Stop it. This is beautiful. Okay, I can't. This is what happens. I'll start thinking of something else, even though it's beautiful. Not my song, by the way. Harvest Sky, you should listen to it. These are also lovely. let's see. Dream Keys is not it. Excusez-moi. Reminds me of the playlist of chill Nintendo music I used to fall asleep to. Lovely sounding. For real, for real. I think I need a lead is what I'm wanting. It's actually, that C is not high enough. It has to be like... Maybe that is right, actually. See that? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's how it happens. That's how the fuck it happens. Let's go back. Hope everybody in chat is doing well this fine ass evening. I hope you guys are enjoying the tunes, even though it literally just sparked from some bullshit. I can record this. That's the wrong notes. But I should be able to just move it. Like so. Come on. That's how we end it, fellas. That's how we fucking end it. Oh, that was the wrong one. My bad. This is what I like. So now, obviously, this is like, now we're at the part where we're basically just structuring a song. Like that's my favorite thing about Ableton and like the whole process. I can swap between like the different pieces that I make and then putting them out on the track to like create, you know, an arrangement. And at this point I can actually turn up the bass a little bit. We're also going to duplicate this thing. And basically, I want to take off all of the wild gunman noises off of this one. And take off this one. It's gone. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pan the wild gunman off to the side a little bit. Just add some, like, space, you know? I forgot about big prizes. Hold up. So now that we're kind of getting somewhere with this, the thing that I'm noticing, that hi-hat close needs something. So I'm probably just going to copy over this OTT. That way it, like, I don't know, it does something to the sound first, and we can kind of play with it. Whoa! Oh, shit. That was not the right place to do that. Maybe Command Y again? There we go. Why did that do that? Oh, I see. It's just how it views it. Now, I actually think, once again, this has to come in later. We still have to build our way there. We're not there yet. The build-up is dope. But we're not there yet. This is my method to my madness here. I'm actually going to put OTT on the snare here, and I want to listen to it. Without OTT? With OTT. See how that snare just hits a little harder? Music making is really just audio edging. It's true. Hey! Okay, we got it. We got something going here. This once again comes in way later. once again. Yeah, I fuck with this. I think I fuck with this. Do we have one more vocal snippet?
10 seconds.
Oh, boys, I think we're here. Fuck it. We'll make it just a very quick two point whatever minute banger, all right? I made one of the snare stuff without the kick, right? Was that? It was this one. Bring it back for this part. So at least, even if there's no kick, there's still something. Is really what we're doing. We're not gonna copy over my sound that I wanted. 10 seconds.
10 seconds.
We'll put it on this one with the other voice since it just stays the same.
10 seconds.
Lower this synth in the mix. And we're going to copy over this entire section, basically. And we just bring back the same fucking riser because fuck it, dude. Because fuck it. Who cares, man? We're gonna put some delay on this bitch. Arise! Yeah, no, it needs to keep playing out, actually. I have an idea. Mr. Krabs, I have an idea. We're going to do this same part without the snare, which I think is this. Zero that out. There's still another snare playing. Right here, zero that out as well. I like it. I like it a lot. I just don't think I want that stutter at the end. It's good when you have it going again, but not this time. Honestly, take out the tambourine too here. Better, much better, much better. Okay. It's just under 3 minutes. It's goofy silly. We made it in just over an hour and a half with strings and hope. Ladies and gentlemen, this is BBL Brazilian Bingo Luck. Let's hit this shit. I'm gonna turn off my mic for a second. Ladies and gentlemen, that is BBL. That was super fun to make. There were a couple of tweaks. Also, sorry if you ever heard noises from the synth. That was totally me accidentally resting my arms on the keys. Big stretchums. Thank you. Big hydrate. I actually don't have a drink on me, but I will drink when we're done here. Yeah. Thank you. That was a lot of fun to make. I'm actually glad that we can make something competent on stream. That was super, super fun. I am going to save this really quickly before I forget. We're just going to call it BBL. And fuck it, in brackets, you know what we got to type in. Brazilian luck bingo. Hell yeah, fellas. Shout out to Iced Coffee for saying Dano Funk. That was, it's not even that like great, but like it was competent, and I think that's really cool. I still don't think this would ever end up on a project. This is not of that caliber, but it was really fun to do. I did notice halfway through it was really quiet, so I turned up the gain only by a little bit, like by a smidge. And honestly, I think I'm gonna cut out this part too. Maybe it doesn't need to. It needs to be there. Nah, this is great. This is great. It's just a fun little song, man. I'm happy with that. We cranked that shit out in an hour and a half. Well, yeah, an hour and a half. You could do a little silly album, if anything, where you put things that are more unofficial or whatnot. And I think I've been thinking about that. We'll go over why I'm thinking about that in a sec. I'm gonna stop the recording though. Thank you for watching. Yeah. Dano's Demos EP. So I want to go through two more songs with you guys that are, one is going on the Purple album, and I want to do a very, very quick beat breakdown. And the other one is not going on an album, and I actually wanted to release it for Christmas, and I just didn't get around to it because, hey, we were having fun streaming and all this extra other shit, right? I don't know wordings. No, you're totally right on that, Cabane. Like, and I've thought about it. It's just I want to finish Colors Collection first, and then I have The Light, which is my next like big project where like I have my vocals on it and stuff, all that shit. Radio Brain, who was in chat earlier, that's the girl who did a song with me recently. It's gonna be really fucking good. I'm really excited. I want to show you guys, but I don't know if she wants me to show. So I wish she was still in chat. I should have asked her earlier. But that's my friend Alex. She's a amazing singer, and she's a good like one of my best friends from high school, and yeah, we've come a long way. Love the name Radio Brain. Yeah, she's very much a Radiohead fan. I want to show you guys. I've only showed the song to my mom and a fellow artist that I met at different conventions. Because she recently, when I was posting like all my Spotify Wrapped stuff, like my analytics and shit, she was like, dude, I didn't know you like made music. I'm like, yeah, I kind of like, it's not like it was a phase. It was like the conditions that her and I had met was through a convention where like I don't talk about the music stuff because I'm in an art scene, right? And so I was like, yeah, no, I just didn't feel the need to like bring it up. She was like, and then she listened and like nothing but praise, and it felt really nice. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna show you some new shit that's coming out. And so I sent her that one after she listened to that, like, Not For Sale. And I did show her the Purple one, because, I mean, it is for free on Patreon, so anybody can listen to that. And it was nothing but, like, dude, this is, like, even better. And I was like, okay. I'm like, I gotta show you this new song. So I definitely would like to show you guys, but it still is in a demo state. So I'm not going to worry too much about that. But I want to show you guys this song that I made. If I can find it. I might have to look it up. Yeah, I have to find it. It's called Bunny. And I want to do a breakdown for you guys. Let me break it down for you real quick, Mark. Bunny is like low-key a favorite of mine. Oh, yeah. So, Ladies and gents, let me introduce you to my first Ableton love, this synth called Spirit Bell. I'm going to record this. All right, ladies and gents, I want to introduce you to my first Ableton love, Spirit Bell. It is a synth that basically plays and sounds like a guitar string. But when you press a note for longer than like half of a second, it does something really cool. It's like glittery. And if you press several notes at once, it gets a little weird when you add like a lot. So, Noe, since you're helping me work on this project, you get a chance to listen to some of them. You'll hear this Spirit Bell song in a couple of different things, and I use it both as a strummed guitar sound, but I also just add it just for a... So, that's one, okay? That's one noise out of many. So I gotta move this up a little. It's getting in my way and I keep tilting my body weird. Little bloops and bleeps, exactly. Let's turn off automation here. This is Bunny. Would you guys... I'm gonna play the song for you, and then I'm gonna break it down how I made it. Sound good? We're gonna do this for this, and then we're gonna do that for one of my favorite songs on the Purple project, Joyful Moments, because that song was really... It's so fucking good. Let's go. This is Bunny. I did want to release it for Christmas, but this, to me, if we were talking earlier about like a demos album or like an album of like little silly songs that wouldn't necessarily belong on like a big project, this is one of them, and I love it. Have a listen. It's not playing. I forgot. Sorry, that's really awkward. Me just jamming out to my music you can't even hear. No, do you want to know why? Because I keep forgetting I need to add this, basically this like stream connector thing. I was getting duped. You were getting duped. Sorry. Sorry. The edging continues. I was sitting here like, wait, am I going crazy? Me just bobbing my head. Suavemente in the corner. Yeah, I have to add restream to like every single project. Not the biggest issue in the world, but a little inconvenient. Okay. Tell me if you guys hear this. Oh shit, it's still not playing. Hold on. Tell me if you guys hear this. So that means you guys were hearing it from my mic. I am so sorry. Okay, if I'm playing a thing, it goes... But if I play a long note, it goes like this. And it goes like this if I play a lot of notes. Okay? Fun. All right. Now, here's the song. Sorry. No more edging. No more edging. I promise. I promise. Bunny. By me, DANNO the artist. I'm gonna go get water. That is true. Darth S did get a chance to listen to a lot of this beforehand, lol. What did you guys think of that one? That's Bunny. That one was just a fun one that I made in the summer. But it wasn't to like the level of a song like you'll hear next. There's arguably one more song that's similar to this, but it's so, in my opinion, well produced. It belonged on the album that it ended up being on. So maybe I'll show you guys one more other than this. Or let me turn off that. Let's go over it really, really quick. Lightning round. First off, we have this Serum synth. It's literally just I bought a hyperpop pack of like synths from some guy on YouTube. I have to go download it again because I lost it, unfortunately. But yeah, it's just the sweetest, cutest little thing, and then. That's what I started with. You can actually see every single time it starts from the top, goes down. So once I have those things, I go, okay, what can go with this? Next up, we have the second Serum. A little charm, because I was just trying out new sounds from this pack, right? Very whimsical. Made me want to hop and jump and bounce and eat carrots. Exactly! That's what I'm fucking saying! And then I actually pulled the same idea and I name them each. So the first one is called Steady. Then there's the chorus, but there's a steady and it's alternating basically. But then that same chorus I then added to the second one. And then by adding that same one to, I think this is our bass line. It just adds another section, right? Something to kind of fill in between the start and like the different alternating pieces of that, and then the end part where everything explodes. And I think that, like, to me, this is always the best part about making it into a song rather than like a type beat or a loop, is that like, okay, now I get to like, how do I make it so that you feel something halfway through? Let the bass stop, and then no drums for a sec. Riser, wait, something's happening. And then everything comes in as like a cascade of sound all at once. And I love this too, because this is something now, like, I listen to my songs quite often, going to work, working, writing stuff, playing video games sometimes, whatever. I listen to this song quite often, and I always forget I put a little teaser. I put a little teaser to that bloop right here, right as the beat starts. So, of course, the bass line also is this. Da, 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 da. What's up, Cam? Welcome in, King. So that's the bass line, right? And then once it starts, because at this moment there's nothing. There's the blah blah, and it's just like, hey, now things are going. All of a sudden the drums kick in. I'm pretty sure, right here. Why can't I scroll? And why can't I see the drums? As a matter of fact, am I stupid? I may be stupid. Why can't I see the drums? I'm actually tripping. Where the fuck are the drums? The fuck? So we also have a piano that plays, which is like obviously one of the most notable things from the very beginning. So imagine, right? Dude, I love this. Thank you. Imagine this. Like, and this is once again, my favorite part about how I make music and how Ableton helps in this process. My first thing that I started with was this. Right? I started with this. I added the little chirps right here. Okay. And then from there, I added a bass line. Where the fuck is the drum beat? Am I tripping? I am tripping. Where the fuck is the... I know what it is, chat. You ready? This is the cool part. So, I was trying to play around with different beats. And I stumbled upon a garage beat 135 BPM. That is this. There's nothing on the track. It just automatically plays. So, when I solo it out, it plays no matter what. But when I don't solo it out, you'll see right here where that 5 is, there's nothing. Okay? It's still, if you look at the bottom here, is still playing. It's always playing. But what we've done, and you can see this is automation. And this is one of my favorite things that I've been learning to do to get better at the music creating process, is automating a lot of stuff to change depending on certain points in the song, or turning an effect on, or twisting an effect to make it flow into, you know, another part or something. And I haven't mastered it yet at all. I'm not even close, but I've started using it, and that's the start. So you can actually see all this is automating whether or not that beat is on or off. So no matter what, it's always playing. You can see it right there. It's always playing right here where my mouse is, right? But you can see it's going to turn on right here with the automation. And it's on. And it's literally just this sample loop. And that's it. The beat never changes once. I think at one point, perhaps. Yeah, I really don't think there's anything else that changes. Nope, it's just whether it's on or off. Sample drum loop. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And then, of course, I added in the bloop. That's it. That's all it is. Sometimes there's certain parts that will need something more dynamic, and sometimes it's just additive. Sometimes it's just a single note, but I find I usually make loops. And then we just let everything play at once. That's the conclusion is we've built to. It doesn't have to be some crazy grand beat switch. It could just be everything all at once. Turn off the beat. Go. And that's all it is, man. It's all just feeling. We don't need to save anything. That's Bunny. Hey, there we go. I'm going to show you guys 2 more songs before stream ends tonight because, hey, it's the last stream of the year. And I haven't been streaming a lot because I've been doing this. Because I've been working my ass off on music and art and life shit. But I'm excited to kind of get a good mixture of both. I'd like to do at least like 1 music stream a week. I think that'd be really fun. So, let's go to... I'm going to go with Lily Pads. This is my mom's favorite song. It will be on the Turquoise album. For those that don't know, I'm going to show you the album cover because the album cover for Turquoise is so fucking dope. Shout out me and my photography and Photoshop skills. This is the cover for the Turquoise album. It's electronic, kind of airy. It's very airy. This is Turquoise's cover, if it shows. It's really pretty. Banger, certified banger. Yeah, I'm really excited for this one because I think they're some of the most, like, I don't know, man. They're just really special songs to me. They're really special songs. Chat, we know this one. Sing along. Yeah. Sing along if you know the words. I'm so off pitch. Yeah, this is Lily Pads. This is my mom's favorite song on the Turquoise album. I think my mom's favorite song on the Colors collection entirely. Yo, Cam with the sub. It's not showing up on thing for some reason, but I know that it's there and I appreciate it. That cover's dope. Thank you. This is Lily Pads. No, do not save Bunny. I asked for a quarter pounder. Them motherfuckers gave me a goddamn lily pad. Goddamn! If it loads. Gave me a goddamn lily pad. Is that a motherfucking Saturn burger? Alright. I love this one. And I can't wait to do the breakdown for you guys. Because this is one that, like, I made. And honestly, I'm pretty sure I made this really quickly. And as you can see, I color-coded everything because I was just in that mood that day. I locked in. I named all my shit. I named this one Squishies, and you'll understand why in a sec. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you guys Lily Pads. I love this song. I did it again. Hold on. I forgot about the thing. That's gonna probably drive me insane for most of my time streaming this. But call me out on my shit if I forget to put in the connector, the restream. Okay, it's in there. Oops. Here, I'm gonna play a note. You guys ready? What a lovely pad. Lily pad, perhaps? Alright, let's do this shit. 3, 2, 1. They gave me a goddamn lily pad. Stand for your national anthem, my froggers. Froggas. It's still not playing, bitch. The fuck? Okay, I guess just me doing that just didn't count for anything. The fuck? Do you guys hear it now? Yes, you guys hear it. Okay. Let's Lily sad more like. Okay, lily pads, let's go. I appreciate that, Cam. Thank you. And there it is. Goddamn lily pad. What do you guys think? Yay, yippee, we love lily pads. I know it's like it's definitely one of my favorites. It is just so now I'm lily glad. Thank you. And thank you guys for listening. I appreciate it. Good. Thank you. Yeah, this one has to be one of my faves for sure. Let's go through it. So first off, if I go back, so you can see once again, it kind of goes through like everything that we have. And once again, it tells the story from the start. I actually, once again, started with Spirit Bell. Oh. Is it turned off? Oh, it's soloed, that's why. But I couldn't figure out a way to actually have it work with the song. So you can actually see I made 0 loops with Spirit Bell. There's nothing there. So I cut that. I was like, okay, that's fine. You know, I just won't use that. So I looked for other instruments. And that's where I found Keyboard Cat. Or maybe this was the other synth that I had used at the time. We ended up swapping it out for Water Bells, which sounds like this. And I made a loop as I was just like, I just play around, right? And then I honestly, it just came to me. And that's it. That's the main loop. That is the. Sometimes it's funny, right? Because you'll find this thing that is like that is the main motif of the song, but sometimes that's not like that's like the thing you find later on. You're like, oh my god, that was it. That's the glue. I found that fucking right off the bat. If we actually go through, you can see there's right here. There's rhythm, which sounds like this. That's what I called it. I called it rhythm because I was like, ooh, it's kind of got that calypso-y, like that West Indian vibe, you know? That's the shit that like that. This is like that's my culture. This is like that's the feeling. It makes you want to dance. Keyboard Cat. I think maybe I just that's what I named it because it's like dun 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 dun. Dun. I don't know. I really don't know. But I don't know if there's really a difference between the two of them. Either way, that's it. When we get to that though, literally I did that, and then I think I just made a B section later on so that it didn't feel like too boring. Because as I started to create the rest of the song, I went, I'll go back and forth. And so for me, I was like, okay, well now we need a B section. So like, the A section is primarily just that dun 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 dun, and it alternates on what rhythm some of the notes go on, so it just kind of keeps you locked in. So the B section sounds like this. And I think something that helps this song especially, normally I quantize notes, and that's something that you guys would have seen me do in the last song, where if a note is pressed off, not off pitch, sorry. If a note is pressed off time, I will fix it by quantizing it to the grid so that it is always on time. But by a lot of these sounds not being on time, and with just the palette being really squishy sounds and all that, it actually works to the benefit to not be on time for every single note. I think this is pretty much all on time, but that da 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 da, it's enough and different enough to like, yeah, keep it off time. Next thing is this. Sorry, this is the beat. That's it. I think we have two different alternations of it. We have this one, which goes with this part. And then once the regular loop comes back in, and the riser, and the beat goes back in. It's just, you gotta take your time. You can't just like blow your load so quick. You gotta get there. Next up is the namesake of the song, Lily Pads. This synth is actually called Wine Glass. Ayo, ayo. I do believe that this is also partially the glue. Obviously, that bum 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 ba bum. That's when you think of this song, that's what you're gonna think of. But without this, to really just lock it in, like I'm somewhere else. And I would like to point out, sometimes I'll take from like sample loops, and sometimes I will take from like you can pull stems apart, right? I am proud that this was all me. This was a loop that was all me. I played all the chords. I knew exactly how I wanted it to sound. And of course, then you tweak it as you go, right? I kind of wish I could go back and see myself in that time making that, because I was really proud. Then, of course, then I add this other one. It's called Nostalgic VHS. And this was another part that really helps. It's like chimes. I actually think I have this in another song, but I use it as like a pad. Or like some sort of like, I don't know, augmented sound. This was another one that's just like, ah, it's so sweet. And that's it. It just loops. It could be used in a horror RPG. Yeah, 100%. And I think that's what it's supposed to be for, but I made it cute, which was also a fun thing. Next up, we have Gameland. What does it say? Gameland chimes. So at this point, I knew where the sound was going. I had a lot of the loops ready, and it was a matter of, okay, now, you know, structuring the song, cool. Okay, what's next? And then you come up with, here's a break, we need another sound. And this acted as the bass line, which is hilarious because listen how light that is. And this actually helped. So this is why I love this, right? Because the way I made the song is, you know, I had the da 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 da, but then when I come up with a bass line, I kind of question, okay, well, what if the bass line went where the lead is? And so that's how you end up getting this section. Obviously, water bells up there can't play the exact same notes. If I do that, I'll show you what it sounds like. I don't think it's the same. I stand corrected, it's the exact same. Never mind, I'm full of shit. I don't know what I'm doing. How did I make this? I fluked. But that's it then. It's literally just verbatim the bass line that I created. But then you add in the... And the cool thing is then you can use that, or how I did it, I used that B section as the outro. It's really cool. It's really fucking cool. Now we get to my favorite part. My favorite part. That I've actually, this is the whole reason why I wanted to stop and look at this song. So I took a bunch of samples. I normally would say, hey, do you guys want to guess where I got these samples? You're not going to guess because it's ridiculous. These are sounds from a Wii remote. And I've used them in a different song as well, and I've talked about it on stream. But I get to show you guys. And I love the fact that this song starts with this sound. That's it. And I called them squishies. I have a filter delay, and it makes it sound like it's underwater. If I didn't have that filter delay, this is it again. Without the filter delay, it just stops. Okay, we have these two sounds. I love it. Just these fucking little squishies. Without the filter delay, these next sounds. And I just put them in rhythmically. If I... For shits and giggles, I vibe with this song heavy. No, this song is... Thank you, I appreciate that. This song is fantastic. It's actually one of my best. Love that. So, without the filter delay... Once again, these are all sounds from a Wii remote. All from Mario Galaxy. And basically, I have some of them looping in certain sections. Once again, just whatever feels right. And what's cool is... when you add it with the song, like with the song... like, they just feel so natural. Especially that start. That's like my favorite thing. Without it, That's it. It's missing something. Those textural. This is why I call it. What did I call them? Ear candy. That's ear candy right there. And you don't catch it until you start studying music that you like. There are little things that just add to it that make music sound so fucking good. And so, yeah, I added these squishies. And without them, the song would not sound like mine. Let's listen to it without the filter delay. It's so stupid sounding. Mind you, it still doesn't sound horrible because I made them and twisted them, flipped them around and all that shit, I chopped them all to sound good with the song. But you miss a lot of the sauce. Oh, by the way, I forgot I had Redux on. So all of that like really crunchy sound, I actually added that. That's how it sounds normally. Ready? Let's zoom in. Let's hear them all. Actually, there might be a better way for me to do this. No, they're not on there. So you can actually say, it says feed piece. So when you feed a Luma a star bit, these are the sounds that it makes. But you hear it like, right? So let's listen to these sounds. No filters on at all. I mean, once again, like that just sounds good even on its own, but when you add the other shit, that's the sauce. It's so fun. Once again, with Redux and the filter delay. It also keeps it lower in the mix, which means there's more room for the stuff that matters, right? This stuff has to fit in a specific place. And I just, that to start the song. Every time I hear it, because you get the chime of the drum too. That mixed in with this. And then you hear the... It's perfection. It's perfection. The last part that I'm going to talk about, we do have the riser, which is pretty cool. I love this because it's quite literally 3 notes. Wonder if I can play it. Oh my god, I got the note right. So that's 1 note. See? Ah! So then when you do it like that, bum, 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 bum. So it's kind of cool because normally the risers that I usually use are like specifically waveforms that are built like they're made to just rise and like hype up. But this was something that I got to play myself, which also felt really cool. Okay, now this is the part I wanted to talk about. We're going to solo all of this out because this is one of my favorite moments of music that I've ever made in my life. And I mean that. Full stop, wholeheartedly. This is like... This to me was a really special place. It is basically the same loop playing over and over again, but every single instrument has a different purpose. I love it. I am reading your guys' chats, by the way. Sorry, I'm just kind of yapping. It's so vibey. I fucking love this. I appreciate it. Thank you. And then, of course, everything... Because everything has a bunch of delay on it. So when the sound stops, you still hear the echoes of it. It's not an echo though. It's a different effect. And that bass line works in tandem with this original bass line. Oh, it's so good. Now, let's talk about each individual. We have the high one. We have the low lead, so it's a high lead and a low lead. So one's just at a higher octave than the other. Kind of playing like little flutes, like electronic flutes, right? And I think they're all in serum, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Then we have what I think is the big deal here that really just adds to the everything's here. It doesn't feel like, you know, the energy wasn't built by like a different rhythm. It was built by like a big welling of sound. And it's almost like, you know, you're underwater and then bah, like splash, you're out of the water and you can hear everything. And the frogs are having a party. And so this is the what I call the strummy pluck. And I'll actually pull up the synth here. And I'm actually going to play a little bit. So it's an arpeggiator. So if I play one note, even for a couple seconds, it'll always do some different shit. But it sounds like a guitar. And I really liked that. So what do? Well, I just stacked the same exact idea, but onto this strummy pluck, as I called it. And when you add it with the other ones, it just adds a like a syncopated rhythm, but it's a guitar. Syncopated basically meaning that it goes against the rhythm that you already have, filling in the empty space. And it just sounds so goddamn fucking beautiful. And what's also nice, let it play one more time. You just get to hear the guitars, and then it still, you know, rings out because of the delay. The last thing is what I call chilly. We'll go back to the start. It's just a ghostly pad. That's all it is. And then of course we have the bass. I added a little bit of saturation to make it really fucking a little bit more oomph to it, which also adds to the fact that, hey, this is where things kind of finally ramped up. And now we're all just at the lily pads party, the frog hop. That was the working title I had for this was frog hop, but I was like, no, lily pads is just, it's too good. And I couldn't take the frog hop serious enough. But then, yeah, that's it. That is the climax. Notice that there's no more sound effects either. They turn off at this point. Let the music talk. that is lily pads, everybody. Yippee! No. All right. I have one more song to run through with you guys. One more song to show you. And I this is the one. So, you know, this last song obviously I'm proud of, right? Like this one's pretty good. But I think the Purple project is still like most of my best shit yet. Most of my best shit yet. Yeah, there it is. Warning, this one is a big one. What a jam. Thank you. So, I'm going to start this. Actually, I got to record too. So, I'm going to start this breakdown a little bit different because normally I would play the whole song. You get to hear it. You go, oh my gosh, wow. But in this case, I actually want to start by showing you the original sample. And then we'll play the beat. And then I'm going to try and as quickly as possible go through it. I know I yap a lot, and kind of explaining the thesis as to why I make songs the way I make them is always like, I think it's just as important as like listening, you know? So I'm wondering if this is, nope, that's spoilers. That's spoilers. Can I go to, oh my God, do I have it? Here it is. It's probably at the bottom of the track, hey? Yes. So I have it completely negated from the project because it just doesn't need to be here. But this is the original sample, and I was really trying hard to figure something out with it, and I just couldn't. And I this is really early on to me getting Ableton. And so then what do? I go and I look up stuff on YouTube, as most people do. People try to sell you a course and shit. No. There's one guy that I found. His name is like Awesome Sauce. I'm not joking. It's like Awesome Sauce or something. Not to be confused with the Melee YouTuber. Dank Sauce, maybe. Dank Sauce is his name. And he just has a bunch of Ableton tips. And so he showed me, well, you know, he has a video about this specific sampler. I'm not going to fuck up this time. I am going to remember to put on Restream. I'm learning. I'm becoming. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Should be on. Let me know if you guys hear this. Let's go with... Cool. I gotta remember that noise because that one's sick. This is the original sample. It is called Peaceful Moment from Nights into Dreams. It is slowed down because I was trying to figure out how to sample it. It's very, very whimsical. Now, I like dreamy shit. I'm a dreamy ass nigga. I've said it many, many times. First song on my last album was called Love and Dream for a fucking reason. And I also sampled a song from Nights into Dreams on my last project, Reset, which is my favorite song on that project. And that one, even then, that sample was basically what I did here of just trying to loop the thing. In that case, though, I knew what I was doing because I got it, right? I was like, I had the idea. But if you don't have an idea, but you like the sound, how do you do it? And that's where you have to experiment. And so you have to work with tools that help that experimentation. Kind of got an 8-bit sound to it. Love that. You make reset and sound fun. Yeah, you make restart and sound fun. So without further ado, this is my song, Joyful Moments from the Purple Color project, which, by the way, this is the cover art for. Love it, love it, love it. I'll drop it right here in chat, or not in chat, sorry, right here on stream. This is my favorite one by far. By the way, obviously, I think you guys can probably tell. I take these photos myself. I have the actual CDs right here. Do they actually have the songs on them? Absolutely not. They have like AC/DC and Dad Rock. I took off the labels off of them. It was funny too, because when I bought them, I remember I told Jared, and he was like, why would you do that? Like, why don't you just take like a photo off the internet and like just Photoshop? And I'm like, I have a vision. I was like, I'm like, I know that like when I see something and I go, I want to collect these, and I want to make album covers with them. I know exactly why and what my vision is from the very beginning. I'm like, I don't necessarily know the details of it, but I know the idea. And so it was nice that a couple years later I finally did it. And like this album cover looks fucking awesome. It looks so goddamn good. So think about that album cover. This is the second song on the album. This is Joyful Moments. I'll mute my mic again. And that is Joyful Moments. Yay! So, I don't know if I want to go through everything. There's a couple of things I accidentally muted myself again. Lol. So, as you can see, when I zoom in, no, do you want to know what it was? I went to go press play, and I pressed the space button, but I had clicked the unmute button last on OBS, and when you press the space button, it re-clicks whatever button you pressed last. Big thing to know, because I fucked up and stopped a recording when I didn't mean to before. No, your PC's good. So, you guys heard the sample, but these are the chops. And so I made about 4 different loops, and I made 2 separate tracks. One that is this one, and the other one that acts as just the delay. Because when you add this filter delay, it actually removes from the actual sound. Basically, you're dry and wet. If you keep it more towards dry, that's how you keep it basically sounding the way it sounds on this one, right? But when you have it wet, I mean, it sounds like it's wet, right? It's covered in its effect, basically. So I liked the sound of the delay, but when I tried to balance it with the dry and wet, I didn't get what I wanted. So I just said, fuck it, we're stacking them, one with the delay, one without, and then I basically tweaked the one that doesn't have delay to have an EQ so that it cuts out some of the other frequencies so that it doesn't feel like it's over bloated. And it's awesome because even in this part where it stops, you actually get to hear the stuttering of the delay from the other track. Yeah, it's fucking great. Now we have loop A1. It's just lovely, right? That's how we start to get the momentum. And then just an alternate. Now, I don't remember why I have this one. I think they have a different effect on them, if I'm not mistaken. Right here, on this loop B2. Right, yeah. I think it's something to do with either the chops themselves, or I needed to add a different EQ or something. But I think it had to do with the chops. And because I needed to chop a different section, I think that's why. That is 100% why. So you guys can see right here where my mouse is going to hover over, where you see all those orange lines. That's your chop section. You can only have a certain amount of chops. And when I was playing around, I found some more chops that I liked. But in order to have them, I needed to move the highlighted section over here. And I figured out a way to have everything the way I wanted it to. So, okay, I'm not going to fight it. I'll just make a duplicate, basically, track layer. And then, boom, we have one with the chops at this start, which gets us this loop. Oh, well, it's fucking muted, of course. And the first loop. And this one. But then on the second one, when I want to do the... we're getting a little ahead of ourselves, I see. I think this is the bass line. I do have the bass line being cut and compressed by the kick, because the kick really, oh, it's just a, we have a couple of different, I think I have them all on separate tracks too. So this is the hi-hat, and like any of the other hi-hat shit basically adds to that nice like kind of get you bobbing your head and shit. And of course we have the snare. That's all it is, like a hip-hop snare. And then we have the kick as well. So that's one loop. This is the second one. A little bit faster, right? And then we can basically use that all we want. But of course, then we also have the hi-hats and all that shit adding to the rhythm. To add extra effect, I did add this string that basically just sits on one high note. That's some sauce right there. That's that ear candy kind of shit. You don't really maybe even notice it, but it adds to the ambiance. Without it, it's fine, but you add it in, it fits right at the top, and it adds to that kind of serene, nostalgic feel that I really wanted. Of course, we have these risers. I do have two stacked ones. Both very saturated. Both are extremely saturated. And then when you have it with everything else, I don't even think you can barely hear this one. Yeah, it's like a thoom. Lastly, we have these parts. It's like a little harp. Like an 8-bit harp. And I made another one. And it basically, it's just that more ambiance, right? Dreamscape type shit. And then we get to the last part. We get the climax. Everything comes in all at once. Beat goes faster, but something changes. Right here. First off, we also have a new loop that just, if I click on it here, it's just hi-hats all over the damn place. And the drums don't change. The drums are the same loop from before. It's the hi-hats making the rhythm. Same rhythm as before, we just added more hi-hats, that's it. And then, yes, one of my favorite parts from this song, aside from the main sample, is this. So this is the exact same as this loop from the Ghostly Cave Pad. And it's the same one as this. What did I do? I found a different instrument that I liked, but I've said, no, I'm keeping this for later. Because this instrument, if I play it, it's just a crazy, crazy, like, fucking cool thing. And so I said, fuck it. This is where once everything gears up, this is what I'm having. And it just, this mixed with the hi-hat. And then finally I was like, I know how to transition it back into the loop, because obviously our main loop is now not here. Bring it back in. And we get this. And you bring back in these other guys. Slowly reintroducing them. Just let the loop do its thing one last time. And so remember, it all started with this Nights into Dreams sample. That all sprouted from this one sample at the very beginning. That, by the way, I could not figure out for like a couple of weeks. It took my friend, same radio brain who was in chat earlier today, coming over. I was like, yeah, like this is this thing. She's like, oh, well, like let's maybe look at a different project that you've worked on. And of course I go back to this one. I'm like, man, this one I'm trying to figure out. And so I was like, well, let's try and put it into that same, you know, splicer sort of thing. And I did it, and it just became still what I think is like my favorite song yet. It's just so goddamn good. And I wouldn't change a goddamn thing. That's it. That's Joyful Moments off of the purple project. I'm very excited. Coming out in April 2026. Yippee yahoo wahoo. It's gonna take some time because there's still stuff I have to tweak. The whole project is slated to start releasing in March, so stay tuned. With that being said, let's end off. Thank you guys. It's been a fucking splendid year. Like a really, really good year. I hope that you guys all have a safe and lovely... I was going to say Christmas Eve, but I meant to say have a great and lovely New Year's Eve. I'm going to end off this the way we started with our new song, BBL, Brazilian Bingo Luck. I think I called it the wrong thing. No. Gotta be a small part of this year. Hey, you're here, man. That's what counts. And we ended this year off with a bang. Like, I haven't streamed this much literally in years. I used to stream like nearly every day. It's crazy. So to do like Brazilian Luck Bingo, I definitely meant to say Brazilian Bingo Luck. That's funny. Much love, brother. Here's to a great 2026. I'm hoping so, man. I'm hoping so. And we're going to usher it in with this banger of a song we just made in about an hour and a half. This is by all means not great, but it's pretty fun. Enjoy, because I know you missed it, Cam. And to anybody else watching, thank you guys for watching. It's been a lot of fun. Let's end the stream. And Happy New Year. Thank you so much. It's been a blast. Let me just put little suavemente right there. I'm also gonna add audio input capture, Ableton. Okay, let's make sure it's playing. Yeah. Okay. Thank you guys for watching. Bless up. Have a good evening, and we will talk later. We got big things coming in 2026. I promise you that. More games to play, more things to do. Videos are back on the menu.